Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Animation Review Show. I'm Adam Shurin, student at Westwood College and lover of animation. On tonight's episode, I'll be reviewing 4 pieces of animation that I highly recommend. Some you may have heard of, and some that may be new to you. Hopefully, for the ones you haven't heard of, you'll be willing to give them a try after watching this episode. My first review covers the Pixar magnum opus Finding Nemo, a story of an unbreakable bond between a father and son, and the importance of an optimistic outlook. The film begins with a tragedy. Marlin, a clownfish played by Albert Brooks, has lost his entire family to a ravenous barracuda.
Coral.
With the exception of a single egg, which he calls Nemo.
I promise I will never let anything happen to you.
Nemo, voiced by Alexander Gould, grows into an eager, excitable kid, while Marlin has become neurotic and overprotective of his only child.
Sometimes you can't tell because fluid is rushing to the area. Now, any rushing fluids? Are you woozy?
No.
How many stripes do I have?
I'm fine.
Answer the stripe question.
3.
No! See, something's wrong with you. I have 1, 2, 3. That's all I have.
During an act of defiance, Nemo is captured by a scuba diver. Marlin then vows to rescue his son with the help of an absent-minded but supportive fish named Dory, played by Ellen DeGeneres.
See, I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss. I don't believe this.
No, it's true. I forget things almost instantly. It runs in my family. Well, I mean, at least I think it does. Where are they? Can I help you?
When I first saw the commercials for Finding Nemo, I was afraid it was going to be just another shallow, irreverent gag reel that far too many animated films are. Fortunately, that couldn't be further from the truth. Andrew Stanton and the wizards at Pixar have succeeded in crafting a wondrous and believable world in Finding Nemo. Much like the oceans in the real world, Nemo's ocean is filled with danger, beauty, and sometimes both. The artists at Pixar were able to accurately recreate all the subtleties and nuances of underwater life. For instance, the blurry filter and the tiny particles floating in all the underwater scenes create a startling sense of naturalism. Plus, many of the characters in Nemo exhibit a wide range of personality beyond mere joke dispensers. Dory, for example, is an invaluable source of support for Marlin and proves herself to be more than standard comedy relief.
I promised him I'd never let anything happen to him.
That's a funny thing to promise.
What?
Well, you can't never let anything happen to him. Then nothing would ever happen to him. Not much fun for little Harpo.
All in all, Finding Nemo is a fantastic achievement and is sure to stand the test of time. Speaking of timeless cartoons, my second review covers the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 2. For me, and I'm sure for many other people, the Looney Tunes practically defined a cartoon slapstick comedy, and Golden Collection Volume 2 features some of their finest moments. Whether it's the harebrained hypnotist,
Can you imagine that guy trying to outwit me? Hey, you know, if I didn't know any better, I'd think I was slipping. In my racket, you got the trouble. You got to fit on his toes.
Little Red Riding Rabbit,
Why, you? Hey, now!
Hey, now.
Cut that out, or... Say, wise guy! Oh, yeah? Yeah!
Hey, look at this.
Spaghetti-doocia.
Schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Red.
Red.
Blue.
Blue.
Flop.
Flop. Skip. Flop. Flip.
Put on your own
Play
blue.
by the rhythm, ravens on the dairy. Hold on, what did he say? Through the fields of clover we ride back.
the Dover Boys,
Dover boys! Oh, how I hate them! I hate Tom! I hate Dick! And I hate Larry! They drive me to drink! Confound them.
I Love to Singer,
Even though you know your heart is breaking, laugh, clown, laugh.
I'm forever blowing
or What's Opera Doc? You're sure to find one of your favorites in this collection.
will kill the rabbit. Away, storm! North winds blow, south winds blow, typhoons, hurricanes, earthquakes. Smog!
I found myself more satisfied with Golden Collection Volume 2 than I was with Volume 1, mainly because there is a far greater abundance of Bob Clampett cartoons in this volume. Clampett is, without a doubt, my favorite Looney Tunes director, and I don't say that lightly. His characters' elastic movements and priceless wild takes are half of what made the Looney Tunes so delectable.
Men from Mars!
Much of his best work is displayed here, namely book review,
It's Frankie! It's Frankie! It's Frankie! 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 Woo! Woo! Woo!
the Great Piggy Bank Robbery, Kitty Cornered,
Come on now. Out you go. Week 1, two, 3, and 4.
and a corny concerto. Although there were admittedly a few snoozers in this collection, there are only so many Roadrunner cartoons you can watch before they all start to look the same, Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 2 is nevertheless an essential addition to any animation fan's DVD library. My next review is of a film that frequently taps into the comedic spirit of the Looney Tunes while still containing an engaging and emotional story. Loosely based on John Ford's Three Godfathers, Tokyo Godfathers tells the story of 3 homeless people living in the streets of, you guessed it, Tokyo. Hana, played by Yoshiaki Umegaki, is an eccentric yet pure-hearted transvestite who wants nothing more than to bear his own child.
女は子供を産むもんだぜ。
あらマリア様がバージでご介入するぐらいだもの。おかまりだって奇跡が起きるかもしれないわよ。あ、お盛りにしてちょうだい。なんせ2人分の栄養が必要なのよ。私。
Gin, played by Toru Emari, is an alleged ex-bike racer who is caught up in gambling misdeeds.
生まれた時から家のねえ赤ん坊に比べればまだマシだと思ったのよ。
Miyuki, played by Aya Okamoto, is a sarcastic runaway whose reasons for running away remain as yet
半年
unclear.
も路上で暮らしゃ立派なホームレスだ。
その気になれば帰れるうちがあるもん。
そう言っててその気になったやつなんかいねえのよさ。
On a cold December night, this ragtag trio stumbles upon a baby who has been abandoned in a dumpster.
こいつは。
捨て子だ。
Compelled by the child's misfortune, the trio decides to search for her parents with what little clues they have to go on. Through all the tragedies and miracles they encounter, the trio realize they must ultimately confront their past so that they may face their futures together. Plot twists are the name of the game, as Tokyo Godfathers throws a lot of surprises at the audience while still forming a cohesive narrative. Plus, the characters' trials and tribulations will undoubtedly tug a heartstring or two. While the characters in Tokyo Godfathers perform mannerisms and expressions that are as wild and exaggerated as what you would see in a Looney Tunes cartoon, they also display moments of stoicness and subtlety that perfectly balance the comedy with the drama. Coupled with a striking color palette that truly captures the look of the city, Tokyo Godfathers is one of the most distinctive, memorable, and most importantly, enjoyable anime films I have ever seen. For my last review, I wanted to give recognition to one of my all-time favorite anime TV shows, Haibane Renmei. For me, This exquisite series has raised the standards of what TV animation is capable of expressing in terms of both storytelling and visual aesthetics. It's about a girl who has awoken in a town that's surrounded by walls called Glie. With no memory of her name or past life, she is inducted into the Haibane, a group of angel-like entities, and given the name Raka.
同志ラッカ。あなたの灰羽としての未来へのしるべとなるように、この降臨を授けます。
As soon as she acquires her halo and grows her wings, Raka, voiced by Ryo Hirohashi, sets out to find her place in this mysterious town with the help of Reiki, played by Junko Noda, and all the Haibane living in Old Home. Straight from the mind of Yoshitoshi Abe, whose previous works include Lane and Nia Under 7, Haibane Renmei has some of the most gorgeous artwork I've ever seen in a TV show. Bright colors and high contrast imagery typically characterize anime, but Haibane Renmei takes a very different approach. The soft, muted color tones of the visuals create a soothing effect on the eyes, and the beautiful backdrops of Glie and Old Home convey places that at times seem more natural than the real world. Raka has to learn the ins and outs of life in Glie, and the many people and places she visits resemble what we see in the real world, while still creating the impression that we are witnessing a wholly unique culture. What's more, the characters exude such individual personalities that it quickly becomes easy to remember who's who. Combined with a sublime music score from Ku Ootani, the best thing you can say about Haibane Renmei is that you don't have to be an anime fan to fall in love with it. Well, that's it for tonight's show, and thank you for watching. On the next animation review show, I'll be inviting a special guest over to review Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Porco Rosso, Escaflowne, and Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Until then, I have to get back to class.